What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Wrench. Thanks for tuning in today. Today we are working on a 2355 John Deere tractor, loader tractor. There's the hood off already. I started this one already. I've got one side already done, and I figured I might as well fire up the camera and put some footage on that were bad, uppers and lowers. So we're replacing the seal here, replacing the two upper and lower kingpins. We're doing the tie rod end. Full oil change on it. Starter was clicking. We have one of these relays. This relay here, it's more than likely this relay is the problem. It clicks, but it doesn't send power through all the time. So that's we're going to change that one out as preventative. We're doing a new belt, as you can see. That's bad. Fuel sender also not working on this. Let's see, what else? What else? Fuel sender, this side is already done. The new bearings are in there in the outer kingpin. The new tie rod end, we're doing that to the other side as well. Maybe we can see the belt better here. Probably not, but belt's pretty rough. New fuel filter, oil filter, and also we did the load shaft seals. These two seals right back here on the load shaft for your 3-point arm, them are both done as well. So that's where we're at. We got her full of hydraulic oil again, engine oil again. We're getting closer. But those load shaft seals, they weren't too bad to do. They're right down there. I don't know if you can see them or not, but anyway, the load shaft seals weren't too bad to do. The service isn't bad. We're just gonna get the belt on and maybe we'll do a little video on more of that solenoid or something. I don't know what yet, but stay tuned, we'll figure it out. So this tractor's got the old school square fuel filter. We replaced this. Everything's good to go. We just need to bleed it. So we're loosening this up. 9/16 wrench on the outlet side. Outlet's up here at the top. We're going to go over here to our primer pump and we're going to start primering until we fill that filter. So you might be able to see the fuel come up through this clear spot. I don't know if you can or not, but I'll let you know when it gets up there. So it's coming. There it is. See it turning red? So now we're going to get it out and we're going to let it. See that bubble that's still up there on top? Now that's not the end of the world, but I like to get it all the way, even though we're spraying stuff all over the place. Like to, sometimes you just crack it a little bit, it lets that air out better. But we got solid fuel now, so it should work its way out. I'll just tighten this up. So that's the biggest thing for right now, is to get our fuel bled. Now it should fire up pretty decent when we do that. So we're gonna get to this alternator right now. We're gonna switch gears because we can, and we're right here. So I'm gonna loosen up the alternator, see if it's got one or two. No, it's got a bolt and a nut. Yeah, we're gonna need a wrench. We can grab that quick. Oh, 13 millimeter. These 2355s, actually a pretty nice little tractor. I kind of like it. They were made in Germany. That's where they were made. So it's kind of one of those, not a. It's a little tougher to get parts for them. Not gonna lie. Problem with the fan belt, I'll show you. I'll bring the camera over to this side. If you want, bring the camera over to this side, and I'll show you. Stop filming. The reason most people don't replace these belts that often and see how it's kind of bad is because they are a pain to do. You've got the belt here, but the problem is you have a hydraulic pump right up here that's shaft driven. So that hydraulic pump is shaft driven, and you have to remove the 4 bolts that are down there and slide that back to get this belt on and off that pulley. See how it is? So a lot of people don't take the time to do the maintenance on that because it is kind of a hassle, but we're going to do it today because that's it needs it. I mean, look at that belt. It's not going to be long. So we're doing the rest of it. We might as well take care of that too. So let me get I believe that's a 9/16, or maybe it's a 14 millimeter. Oh, I don't know what it is. We'll find out. Might be a. All right, so this 3/8 long head ratchet, 9/16 wobble, snap on, whatever, doesn't matter. Just get a wobble socket, and it fits in there. So that's where it's at, and kind of we'll back the camera away a little bit, and you can kind of see, maybe from a far away view, better of how it's sitting in there. I'll check it out from over here. There you go. See that? See how it's in there sitting nice and crooked like that? So we'll just take this and see if I can get you guys the ones out right there. Good to go. Number 2. There's 2 of them out. Now I'm going to crank the engine over with the engine cranking tool. Let me go grab that out of the truck and show you how that works. You have to crank over this engine a little bit by hand. This is John Deere. If you see this on the back of a John Deere, this is where your timing pin goes and your turning tool. Now I'll just show you the timing pin. Here's the actual timing pin. It's a JDG 1571. It's nothing special. I can give you the spec if you want it. This is the Cummins turning tool, 382-4591. And then this is the John Deere turning tool, JDG. It's made by OTC, but it's a 83. JDG 83 is the part number on it. I don't know which one will work the best on this one. I found that the Cummins turning tool has worked in a lot of places. This one it will not. Maybe this one won't work either. No. Oh, yep. There it is. You need the John Deere one for this one. The Cummins turning tool matches up really nice with this Gador ratchet. I'm actually kind of impressed with this ratchet. I don't know, kind of impressed with it. It's been nice. I don't know if it is exactly the snap-on quality, but it's definitely quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the engine over 180 degrees because I need 2 more bolts to go on that front pulley. So I'm going to start cranking, and we're going to watch it until it gets completely the opposite side where that coupling is. And we're going to go nice and slow. I don't know if you can see the engine turning. So we're going to keep cranking this over nice and slow until them bolts are completely, well, the bolts will be vertical with each other, but that yoke will be horizontal. And that was where the best place was. So I think we're good there. We're going to have to use the wrench to loosen them first. It's on the other side. The ratchet wasn't strong enough to break these free. Oh man, these are actually just super tight on this side apparently. Get that engine spun back. I have to give her a little pop here. There it goes. The top one's loose. The tough part is once you get going and you don't really want to move it. You really don't want to move the engine once you get that third bolt out. But that definitely speeds up the process when you're that ratchet definitely speeds up the process, that's for sure. So kudos to Snap-on for that one. All right, that one broke pretty nicely. We'll see, that might be enough. There it is. I took that job, made it a lot faster. Now we gotta get our pry bar right over here. Now that pump shaft, you can move ratchet. Set it down. That's fine. Now that pump shaft should just slide back. A little bit. I think it should. You know what? I think this is the other way. I think now I got to crank it over until it turns 90 degrees the other one, then it'll slide forward. Now it's coupling out. It's a Lovejoy coupling, and we're going to check this while we have it out. This is what I don't know, I've always been told these are Lovejoys. So this is what actually dampens your pump vibrations. And it looks to be an okay shape. I mean, this ring really doesn't matter, but the rubbers inside do. So now that's off, and that's got tangs on the crank pulley. So now we can get our belt changed, actually. So now our belt's loose through there. And I don't know how you do it, or it don't matter how you do it, but I always leave the fan on and try to fish it through. One, seems like the top's got the best amount of room there, but you could pull the fan shroud. You don't have to though. I always prefer to do it this way, especially the groove belt like that. It goes pretty quick. It's a little bit of fighting, but you're not going to break the shroud or nothing doing it this way. I just prefer it saves time and effort. Now it's pretty much one more. So should top it out. Old belt's out. Alright, scariest part ever. Brand new part from John Deere. This is something with a belt, you just have to do it. There's no way around it. Try to check the best you can to make sure they're the same length, which it's really close. So there may be some stretch in your old belt, so you know it might be a little smaller, but still double check before you fight it on. And then I always try to make sure that I put the part number so it's readable to somebody standing there. So here, that's a good readable part number from this side, and generally you'll be able to see it. If you put it this way and it gets dirty, you'll still be able to see it, but I'd prefer to try to read it this way. So we're going to see if we can't make that happen.
I'm going to go the other side.
Newer belts are a little tougher on the shroud to get around it, but they're not horrible. Like I said, it's not like you're going to try to break the shroud or anything. It's just working it around. I know for some of you guys that are subscribers, this is kind of a boring section of it, but whatever. We'll get her on there the rest of the way. Pick up in a minute, camera battery. So here's the new fuel sender. I said we were putting one in. Set that up there for now. This is what I want to talk about. The fuel gauge is reading empty all the time. That float has a hole in it somewhere. I don't know where. I'd like to find it. But the float has a hole in it, filled itself with fuel, kept it empty all the time. So that will do it. So we're going to put this in. We're replacing the U-joint on the front of this drive shaft. I've already taken this out, typical heavy wrench fashion. I've already done some work and didn't bring you along. But we're going to show you the install of it. I'm using this Famco arbor press that we have here. It's pretty large. I don't know what the jaw size is here, but it's definitely, I don't know if you look, here's a snap-on hammer that actually would fit in that arbor press. So it's pretty large. It's been pretty nice for U-joints and other stuff, but we'll get this install done. I'm using, basically this is a 7/8 socket for my press driver and what size socket wasn't that fit perfect on this John Deere 36 millimeter snap-on socket. So that's going to be what I press into, so we'll go from there. I've already taken and cleaned these out with where's it at? With my straight snap-on die grinder. I do like this thing. It's not as beefy as air. If I had to do a lot, I'd use air, but for something quick like this is perfect. So it'll save me some time. So I do like it. It's not the cream of the crop, but it's pretty good. So we'll get to installing this. I call them U-joints, cross shaft bearings, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. It is what it is at this point. But I'll get this lower one in first, and then we will go from there. Now some guys are going to freak out because I'm pressing directly on the end, and it says, you know, collapsing it and yada yada, whatever. I always push them through like this and then push them back, just because it makes it easier for me to get the caps set. And watch, this one won't do it that way. But if you push the caps on right, you're good to go. Oops. Screw that up. That there. That one there. There we go. The nice part about the arbor press is you can let off just a little bit and adjust your socket or your press tool, whatever you want to call it, to the right spot. And there we go. Should be real close there to being able to put one of them in. Yep. So that snap ring will go in now. And then I just push it down until I see the snap ring start to bulge a little bit. You probably can't see what I'm doing now, but don't matter. I'm just putting a snap ring in. Snap ring's in on that side. This side here needs a little bit of love, so we're going to put this here. And now this one, I'll just take it and give it a little. See how it's pressing that a little bit? So now you can give it a little love. Because you do squeeze that a little bit. That's not a myth, it's a reality, but that's how I mitigate it. Now our snap ring should. Not quite. We're close. We're not there yet. I know the Tiger tool's out there and all that good jazz, but these old arbor presses are pretty nice. That's probably it right there. And I'm just putting a little pressure on that. So, yep, that's in there. And we should still have free movement, which we do. Now we're going to put in this side, which is going to be a little trickier, but we should be okay. Let's get this tight. You know, grab a pair of a wrench or channel X or something, pliers. I don't care what it is. Just that. Now we're going to get this set up. So tap over there. Cap in, we're good to go. This is where I'll need a helper. To hold that up. And now with the arbor press, you can see I have like little slots here for this flange yoke. It's not really touching anything, so it's really nice. There we go, that's flush. Now, I did the other one the other way, and this one I'm holding up on. But it really doesn't matter, it's all the same. Push it dang near all the way through. Now we're going to flip it. See how we have the cap all the way up. And this one does have a seal that holds the needles in, so that's nice. Now I can pick up on my U-joint just a little bit. There it is. Now this one slides on there. Is it? So now I can check my straightness a little bit there. You're going to have to go up on your side. Straightness is good. Needles all feel to be seated. Flush. Up. Like I said, letting off, and then all we want to do is go down just a hair more. I can check it, not yet. Check it a little bit more. Really trying to dial this one in nicely so I don't have to push it back through as far. That looks like the right spot. Snap ring. Every tool's a hammer. And this side here is lined right up because of the way I did it that time. So works out pretty good. U-joints installed, fairly easy. Like I said, I know there's other tools like the Tiger tool that you do it anywhere, but that right there, the arbor press makes it nice. That U-joint's nice and solid. It's not sloppy. It's a little tighter than maybe I'd want it, but not. No, it's not even tighter than I want it. It's pretty good both ways. So good to go. We'll go install this. All right, guys. So I'm replacing the seal on this front knuckle, final drive, whatever you want to call it, and it's actually the axle shaft seal in here. Not a real good way of getting it out with a lady slip or anything like that. You can try, there's a bunch of different tools you can use to do that. I found that this chisel here is my favorite. So I'm going to show you exactly how I use it and how I remove this seal. and I'll show you the new one here in a second. So let's move the camera and we'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with this chisel. So here's the new seal. It's actually pretty wide. It's almost, I'd say 1/2 inch wide is what the seal is. So I like using this chisel here. This is a Snap-on 5/16 part number PP-C1. Can you see that? PP-C128. This is actually the chisel I use. It comes this way. I've sharpened it a few times here, but it's a round nose Cape chisel, I think is what it's called. But check out how this works. I'll show you. The round makes it nice because it actually gives you the same type of radius as what you're actually pounding out. So it works really well. Cylinders, I use it a lot on the head, the wiper seal for the head gland. Seals like this, it works amazing. I will show you exactly how it works here. So you start getting in there a little bit, and then you get that little gap, and then you come straight down. So you bottom out. Then I use it as a pry bar. Kick back. Now the seal, you have a great place to put your lady slipper. Pops right out. That's how nice this Cape chisel works. I love this thing. I wish they made them in bigger sizes too, but they do work phenomenal. So that's the tip for the day. We'll get this cleaned up, put the new seal in, and then clean the rest of it and put it all back together. So this is actually where I hit with that Cape chisel. And you can see how it's got a little scribe line right here, but that's really nothing special, and that's all like kind of a, they had like a Loctite or something on it is what they used on there, some sort of sealant. But we're going to clean it up and I'll show you exactly how nice it ends up being where that spot was. It doesn't affect it like a square chisel. I don't know how many of you use a Cape chisel or a straight chisel to do that, or a round chisel, but you can see there's like, I wish you could actually feel that. There's nothing there. It's actually a perfect little piece, and you can see how the divot, when I pounded straight down, I did get into this just a touch into that. Probably went a little too far, one hit too many, right? Every time. But that's where it went down, and that's a nice smooth finish. So that's it for the Cape chisel. Well, that was the video for the 2355. I appreciate you guys watching, staying till the end. There's some bloopers coming at the end of this, after this outro here. I forgot to do an outro for the whole tractor. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Hi.
Yep, little man says hi. I'm doing some editing right now at the end, trying to get this all uploaded so Thursday you can have a video. So I appreciate it. Click that subscribe button. He's doing his schoolwork. I'm trying to do some editing, but click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, check out the merchandise if you want. No pressure on that though. Good content to come. Talk to you soon. See you on Saturday nights, by the way, 9 o'clock. 16th head, maybe it's 14 millimeter. I don't know if it's metric or American yet. Oh, I can't say American. Somebody busted my chops on a video about that because it wasn't American, it was English. Mic's on? Okay.
Yeah, mic's on.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, all right, we're good.
Awesome, we're good.
What's going on, everybody? Oh, let's do it this way. Or not. But if you go to the other side, you'll be able to see. Go to the other side. Take the light. No, other side of the tractor. Take the light. And tell me when them 2 volts are sitting on that side.
Alright.
Recording still? Oh, yeah. So let me flip the camera around here. And we had axle joints that were, we're doing a belt putting a new belt on it. That's pretty, I don't know, maybe I can zoom you in there and show you the belt's condition of the belt or not. See if I can get it to focus. Oh, oh, nope. Anyway, I'll try to get this light down in here somewhere where it stays on the fan, maybe. There we go. So I need room. You can go from anywhere else in the tractor. Try to shine some stuff light down there. So it is a 9.6 all. There it is there. You still filming? Don't waste, you're wasting a whole bunch of time there by doing that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Now it's 90 degrees. And now we should be able to slide this. Now let's find the new belt. Here it is. And call this one a wrap. But I think we'll end up doing the other side maybe on the video. I'm not sure yet, so we'll figure it out. But we definitely have a float full of fuel. Okay. Is that? No, I'll pull that. You're gonna hold this.
All right.
So